Irene was born in East Germany, is a prominent in our community, teaching English as a second language and supporting immigration children, native language skills, and supporting our local community too.
Thank you for allowing me to share this wonderful moment with you. I'd like you to notice inside your emotion that you're feeling now. Can you put a name on it? I'm sure there might be excitement, relief, finally the journey and the certificate, gratitude, and then there's also a scent of sadness and sacrifice. And the journey to getting here is certainly not straightforward and with many challenges along the way. I'd like to acknowledge the moment that we're here today and to acknowledge our journeys shared. We all have an affiliation and an association to immigration, either right now in the present living experience or through the past, through our families, through our ancestors who went through very great hardships to build the life that we are allowed to live today. We stand upon their shoulders and we recognize the journey is full of winding roads, full of challenges, and full of ways that we need to show resilience, perseverance, determination to carry on, to move forward. I'd like to share you my story from this perspective of a child. The children sitting here today may or may not be aware of the great movement in their life, the sacrifices their parents are making to enable safety, opportunity, to live with work, fresh air, freedom. I was such a child when I came here, and I remember how difficult it is to fit in when you don't understand the language that's being spoken and you don't understand the culture or all of the hidden things in a society that we cannot really learn through a textbook, but only through really hard-gained experience. Experience that hurts, that's painful, and that makes us stronger. As a child growing up in Australia, I looked towards my parents. I saw my mother, a single mother, because of circumstances that required us to flee our country. We were in the east of Germany, separated by a great wall, and we didn't get to see our family as children, even though they were only a kilometre away. Finally, when the wall came down, we were able to come to this country, and I was just a child and didn't really have to work that hard, not as hard as us parents do to get here. The parents make the great sacrifice. We say goodbye, and we miss a lot of our connections. I was watching how my mother was working hard all the time, working, and us children noticing how difficult it was to build this life. Now, as an adult, I get to enjoy life and the opportunities of living in Australia. I get to see my children growing up and being free in a school system that allows them to prosper. I look to my mother, who is happily still alive and able to hear my words of gratitude. I always acknowledge her efforts, and I always know how grateful and lucky I am. So it is important to recognize and acknowledge that, yes, we are filled with joy today, but this joy is hard won. We sacrifice much to be here. Your sacrifices will pay off for yourself and your children. Even when times are hard, remember there is a light of hope and you're not traveling alone. Please, when the going gets tough, remember the reasons that are positive for us to be here, connect with others, and know how resilient and amazing you are to have gotten here. Please, if I can give one piece of advice from watching my mother all this time, working with refugees and knowing how hard it is to create a new life, be patient and allow the pressure to ease off your shoulders. It takes time. It takes time to settle. To make Australia a home doesn't happen instantly. To learn a language doesn't happen instantly. And today we gave a pledge. A pledge is not easy to give, and it doesn't mean we have to let go of our culture, our heritage, and our language. We should remember always our heart, our heritage, and allow our new identity to become the Australian identity that also includes our home heritage, culture, and language. We should always embrace that and give it on to our children. I would like to end today with asking, please, for you to be kind to yourself and to notice that you are sharing the journey. Although sometimes it feels like we're alone, we're really in a very practical sense, because usually our family is far, far away and we end up having to do quite a lot or everything ourselves in many cases. When that time comes, remember, you are sharing the journey with many like you, and together we can support, we can reach out, we can ask for help and continue the resilience. Thank you for allowing me to share my lived experience. Here I stand as an adult and with my family. I made it through, and your children and your future generations, may they prosper and thankful in our safety that we have in this country. I'd like to ask you all to think of one thing you're grateful for today. One thing you're grateful for in this moment, and that you can hold on to when times get tough. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sabrina, for sharing your life journey. It was amazing. Thank you. I'd like to